Hi, this is Carl with another success tip for managed service providers, and I'm in front of the IT Service Provider University banner because at ITSPU we always encourage people to do their homework. And I got to thinking about how actually useful that idea is. Do your homework. Why do we ask people to do their homework? Well, I was teaching a class earlier this week, and it just occurred to me that, so many people want to go through exercises in their head and not in the real world. Pick a book, any book, whether it's The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber or one of my books on managed services or something else, and very often you're going to find that there are exercises that say, hey, take out a piece of paper and write down your biggest goals or write down something. And there's always an exercise intended for you to stop doing what you're doing and spend some time doing the actual exercise. And yet, most of us, and I'm guilty of this too, we read through a book and we don't do the exercise in the real world. We just go through it in our head. Like, oh, what are the most important things I want to achieve in the next year? Probably this, probably that, probably the other thing. I don't know. And then, let's just get on with the point, right? Well, the point is you have to do the exercise. Now, on more than one occasion, I have run live events, and I've had somebody just literally sit there the whole time with their phone out. I don't know if they're checking their email, they're just bored, or if they're closing tickets or chatting with their technicians. I don't know. But I wait till the break and I take them aside and I say, look, you paid to be in the room and you are not getting your money's worth. And I would like to offer you your money back and have you leave because other people here would like to get their money's worth. And it's a little distracting to have you not participate, not be in the room, not actually being present and getting your money's worth. On rare occasions, somebody will take me up on that offer. But usually what happens is people say, I know, I'm sorry, and they either excuse themselves for an hour and then come back and participate, or they just choose to begin participating. Mental exercises are awesome, and many advancements in science have been made because somebody thought through something in their head and then it became reality. But whether it's teaching or learning, two sides of the same coin, exercises matter because they are designed to get your brain thinking a specific way. Now, I've made videos on RAS, the reticular activating system, and so have many, many other people. You can go Google it and find a billion things to watch. The reticular activating system is a system your brain uses to decide what to pay attention to and what not to pay attention to. So you can literally prime your brain to think about certain things. So it's one thing if I say, okay, ready? Let's brainstorm on great ideas, great things we want to accomplish between now and the end of the year. Okay, great. Well, we want to accomplish some financial goals. We want to accomplish some sales goals. We want one new client per month or per quarter. We want X number of percentage increase in revenue, right? You could tick off a bunch of stuff. And that is a very superficial exercise. Now when I say, hey, let's have an exercise, because I have just gone through that list with you and I've talked about setting goals. If you were to now stop this video and get out a piece of paper, your brain would be primed to think about goals in a little bit of a deeper way because we've primed your reticular activating system. So when you're involved in something and people want to go through an exercise, don't go, oh, this is so stupid. No, just accept the fact you're going to be here for the next 7 minutes. You might as well sit down and participate in the exercise. Over at ITSBU, every week, we have all these 5-week classes, and every week we give homework. And it's not intended to be busy work. It is real stuff. Because at the end of the day, the single most important thing you can do is change your business. With luck, change your business for the better. But changing your business doesn't happen by itself. Just like everything else in the universe, nothing happens by itself. Well, changing your business doesn't happen by itself. You have to do the hard work. And that means when there's an exercise, don't just glide through it. Don't just say, oh, okay, well, that would be and do it as a mental exercise. Do it as a real exercise in the real world. Get out a piece of paper and a pen and write things down. Oddly enough, writing things down actually helps you remember them. Beethoven famously wrote down everything he wanted to play, even if he never looked at it again. Just the act of writing things down helped him remember. So you're the same way. You need to take a pencil in hand and put something down on paper in the real world and work through exercises in the real world. And this is true of any book you read, any class you take. So it's not just our classes, that's not just my classes. Whenever you want to actually try to remember something and tell your brain this is important. You know, one of the things that happens, and we don't always talk about the RAS when we talk about this, but you know it. When you have something important to work on, you work on it for a little while and then you set it aside and you go about your day. And sure enough, there you are, either in the shower, driving down the street, or sitting in the hot tub, and the answer pops into your head. That is not an accident. That is not happenstance. That isn't even serendipity. That is simply the way your brain works. Once you relax and let your brain do its job, then it comes through for you. What is your brain's job? Your brain's job is to think. Your brain's job is to solve your problems, to work on all that stuff that's important to you. How do you let it know what's important to you? You prime your brain by doing exercises in the real world, and then you set it aside and you say, okay, brain, do your thing. In the meantime, I'm going to be in the hot tub, right? So do the exercises, whether it's reading a book, listening to an audio program, taking a class, or sitting in a seminar. Participate fully, and I promise you, you'll get more out of it at the end. Hey, like it if you like it, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate any comments, and I'll see you next time. In the meantime, this is Carl Polachuk from Small Biz Thoughts, wishing you the best of luck in everything you do.